of the House, feel a certain level of responsibility to briefly weigh in on this issue, having been someone who personally benefited from the services the AA provided as a young disabled kid in Iowa growing up. To reiterate what Representative Levin said, I feel like this is legislation in search of a problem. In 2 years being here, this is the only issue that has been absolutely unanimous in terms of its opposition to this issue. The primary issue seemed to be test scores, and that we weren't doing a good enough job with our special needs kids and our special education. And my pushback would be that test scores for this particular population is probably not the very best metric to use. We should be looking at their levels of employment, their levels of independent living. And to reiterate what Representative Steckman said, the graduation rates of the last 10 years have raised now from 69% to 80%. I want to also remind all of us in here that last year with the reorg bill, we moved vocational rehabilitation away from the Department of Education into workforce development. And that group has now moved to a 6-month waiting period. They are now cutting programs. In my local voc rehab, the waiting list has not moved since November the 6th. And so I think this is a great example of why we need to take our time up here. We need to do things right, because there's real world ramifications to the most vulnerable portion of our society up here. So I appreciated what Representative Ingalls said. I agree with you. Let's take a look at this 50-year vehicle that we have. Let's do it right. Let's set up a task force, and let's make sure we're taking care of the special needs kids in this state. Thank you.
Turek, next Representative State.